Okay, my name is Wendy. I'm going to be the moderator for the evening, and I want to welcome you all for this year's awards. I want to welcome all our panelists in the building, all the participants. We are so happy to have you as the creatives for the year. This has been happening, this is the second year, so it is a very exciting part. I'm so happy to have this opportunity as well because I want to tell all the young people, you don't get opportunities all the time. So when you get an opportunity, sit, listen, learn, and run with it. Sini kweli? Me, I'm not a comedian like Sleepy, so I'm just going straight to the point. I want to introduce our panelists, starting from here. I think it is right when they introduce themselves. Amma? All right. You can come to the stage kindly. The panelists, we are having Dr. Chebet from Equity Afya. Waziri is here. Madam Jane from Kenya Seed. We have Masdin. We have Catherine Jepchumba. So if you have any questions, you can write them down. Louise will be around so that she can take them and help us navigate through the questions, right? Yeah, so Sleepy is also one of the panelists here. If you have any questions for any of our panelists, they're going to introduce themselves, tell you what they do, and from there we can catch up. Now we'll understand how it's going. Let's start from Madam Catherine Chepchumba, coming this.
My name is Jane Gitao. I work in Kenya Seed as a co-manager. And yes, I'm interested in many things, soft skills especially.
Thank you. Microphone in Atutesa. Thank you so much, ma'am. We're going next to Waziri.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eliud Tormoy. Eliud Tormoy, CECM, Gender, Youth, Sports, Culture and Tourism, Trans Nzoia County.
Thank you, Sana Waziri.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Caroline Chebet. I work with Equity Afya as a facility in charge. I have interest, I'm also a dentist by profession, and I have interest in healthcare management, so I'm glad to be here and glad to be in this panel.
Thank you, Dr.
Good evening. My name is Masden Awori. I'm a co-founder of Raisin Schools, but I'm also a business startup expert with a keen interest in helping especially young entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good evening, guys. All right, my name is Misikia Mazenyi sauti vile zinatoka. All right, yeah. Okay. All right. Sleepy David, and apart from being an artist, I'm also a director.
traditional. Now, whereas Mr. Madsen has said, what is the different thing that you can do? Right now, when you study about healthcare industry, maybe in India, we have devices such that a patient can wear a watch. You see the way we have smart watches. You know, there are watches right now, wearables, which can even take your blood pressures, can take your blood sugars, and report it to your doctor. And that is what monitoring. So what I'm trying to imply is, in creativity, you need to do something outside the norm, because everyone is doing everything. Called a blue ocean strategy, whereby you just compete in your own world. Don't compete with the tradition. You see, I mean, if you come here and just sing, sing the way other people are normally singing, perform the arts, the normal arts. You see, everyone is in that field of competition. But if you try and innovate and create something new, you will be competing in your own, you'll be in your own space. And by the moment when other people will be trying to imitate, you'll have already innovated and tried to create something else. So people will always be chasing. You'll be wondering, like, this industry is always evolving. Other people, they'll come and imitate. By the time they are imitating, this person has innovated and gone into another into another sphere. So that is creativity and innovation. And she has asked me if that is someone is born with it or you learn. For me, I don't think it's innate. I don't think you are born with it. Everyone here has the ability. All of us has the potential to be creative. And it is, I feel like we just need to nurture from childhood. And that's why we have serious educators here like Mr. Madsen, who are very keen on nurturing people's talents, and even Sleepy here, who is keen on nurturing children's talent, because they have all that potential. But when it is nurtured, that is when it can now be expressed. Thank you.
For sustainability, they have to have the ability to procreate. And so today, all of us are here because of this. Before us, to the level where we were born also, and we occupy this space, requires that we have the awareness that we also need to move, because the generation ahead of us must come, and it will not come from the space, it will come from us. Are we ready for the next generation? Are they coming? Are we going to make them come? You understand? Are we going to make them come? Who is going to be the doer of the next generation? And who is going to prepare the next generation to come? When I talk about creativity, in my home, for example, in the year in the year 2005. My mother, who is very old now, she's 73, the only spring that we have at home is 300 meters from where we live. My father built his house close to the river, but across the river, there is a small spring of very clean water. So after going through university, I came home, and of course, after my father passed on, I came home and stayed around, and I could see my mother going every morning to fetch water. And we would take our cows to the river, the flowing river. And an idea came to my mind. And I said, what will I do for that spring water across to be pumped across the river 300 to 400 meters to my home, so that my mother doesn't have to go across the river to get clean water. So while I spent my evening and I sat just by the spring, said, what if I close, what do you call that? Is it closing or annexing or creating a mini dam and create a small hydra? Okay? A small hydra. You know hydrants? You know what a hydra is? HYDRAM, hydra. A gadget, a machine that pumps water using water. It uses inertia, a hydra. I'm an artist. I'm not a scientist, so I didn't do physics. So I had to start reading about inertia and how I will make this water cross the river and start flowing at my home. How many years? 2005 to this day. How many years are those? Over 20 years. Over 20 years? And do you know, I still use the same hydra. And if you come to my home, you will see it jumping 24 hours. I have it here. I want you to come and see. That's the lakini imefungwa na mganga. Okay. That is what it does.
That is creative.
That's creativity. Can I tell you something? I sat right there for 3 months because I tried so many times to domesticate a technology that I read somewhere, done by a Muzungu somewhere, and thought I could just tie some things and play around with some valves. And eventually the water ikapanda mlima na sasa iko nyumbani. 20 so many. Then I keep asking myself, how many liters have I pumped and how many liters have we used since then for free? That's creativity. I want to tell you, I am 25 days since I became your CECM Trans Nzoia County. First things first, I chose to say, let me have a look at what is there for the young people. What policy is there for the young people? What policy is there for sports? What are these other policies? And the current policies I'm working on are social empowerment policies that then will bring a little activity to the vulnerable group, including the young people who are not beneficiaries of capital, who are not beneficiaries of some of these systems of government that give them an opportunity to express themselves. And I said, in Trans Nzoia County, there is so much to be done. But again, we must begin somewhere. And the only way to get to begin is to be aware about our strengths. What are we able to do in Trans Nzoia? We are an agro-economy. We are packed with sporting talent. Sports is done by young people. How then do we annex all these things so that from all these things we are able to earn something? Because the end game is, what's the purpose of doing all these things? Why do you go to school? To read. What is the end product? Get to know how to do something to earn some few coins. Why do you need coins? Why do you need money? It's a means of making your life comfortable. After that, you will take your babies to school, you will get a wife, you will get a husband. Those wives who will marry husbands and those husbands who will marry wives, siku hizi hakuna shida, anybody anaweza oa mtu yeyote, and we continue as long as we have babies because we need another generation. Because at the end of the day, hata mrembo ukioa mwanaume si utazaa tu. Daktari. Ukinioa hatuwezi saa. Tutazaa, hata daktari anakubali. So this is the thinking that, listen, I want to appreciate that we have a lot of energy. We have a lot of brilliance. We have a lot of creative ability and genius. We want to annex it. I want to be a facilitator in bringing all these groupings, those who will mentor, those who will counsel with our young people, those who will give you the skill and the education to know what to do at what particular time, those who will take you through a process, those who will teach you about coming up with a project and managing it successfully. We want to open the digital space so that those who are interested in the digital space wakae huko. Wakifanya vitu ya wapi? Huko ndani. Kuna vitu vingine ionekani, videography, sijui Roblox, ngine wale wakwenda huko. Wenye unaweza ongea na mtu mwenye yako na New Zealand, unamkatia lakini hamwezi kutana mpaka mkufe. Because she might not be able to come here, he might not be able to come here, lakini simekatiana mpaka mumeingia box. That's that space. But through that space, we get to learn what other people are doing on the other and domesticate it here. So as your waziri, I want to bring all these ideas together. It's not an easy journey. With the commitment that we have, we will plan, involve the young people, listen to you, and just be able to do something. Even if it is small, but it will be something that will be done in Trans Nzoia County. Let me not say much, because if I take time, I said I would take forever. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Waziri. So I think that is a notch of wisdom. The one thing you're all learning is that the panel is consisting of various people from different fields, right? So Waziri, what is your background again?
I'm a typical artist.
Oh, all right. So thank you. Before we move to the next panelist, I would like Waziri to think about this. We'll come back to you. You share with the youths here where your office is. Maybe when they want to share something with you, they can come. Our next panelist, Mama, karibu sana, share with us your thoughts and one particular question. If you were to travel back in time, what is the one advice you'd give your younger self?
Wow, okay. If I was to travel back in time, I'll keep that pending. I will begin with the story of my life, because my life itself, I think, has been creativity. I grew up knowing I wanted to be a writer. I enjoyed reading and I enjoyed writing. My father always read The Nation, but I particularly remember there was a man called Joe Carthy. Gen Zs, I know you don't know Joe Carthy, but he wrote an article on Sunday called Why. It was very political, but it also had very good English. So my father read the newspaper, and after that I went to look for the newspaper so that I could read Joe Carthy Asks Why. And I knew I wanted to write as good as Joe Carthy. And so I used to practice writing. And in school, my teachers always gave me high grades for composition, English composition. When we form our thoughts and our ideas so early in life, it also comes with my biases, with some biases. So guess what my bias was? English is for me, mathematics is not for me. And so throughout school, from primary school to high school, I tell my peers I did maths up to and including when it was compulsory. I threw it away at the earliest possible opportunity. And we had to do maths up to Form 4. Gen Z, I don't know whether you're doing maths up to the end of 844 now. Oh gosh, okay. Now we have a new generation. Now, when I finished my Form 4, I also went to I belong to the generation that went to Form 6. I was very clear what I wanted. Nothing science, no maths, no chemistry, no biology, because I was purely creative. I was purely an artist. Artists do English, we do history, we do geography, and because we are Christians, we do CRE. Right? I went to School of Journalism. And at that point, my dad asked me, "Are you sure you want to study journalism?" And I said, yes. He asked me one question. Again, I don't know if Gen Z know this man, but there was a man called Ngugi wa Thiong'o. He was imprisoned by the Kenyatta government. That time I was in primary school. He was imprisoned by the Moi government. That time I was in high school. So my father asked me, "So you want to be like Ngugi wa Thiong'o? Who will be visiting you when you go to prison?" Right? And that was the first time I now had to apply my creativity. Not now because I just enjoyed writing and thought it was a good thing, but I realized I do not want to get myself and my family in trouble. That is how I ended up doing corporate communication. So I worked for the newspaper a little bit of time. In fact, I made sure now I worked for the newspaper that was managed by the government. It was called Kenya Times. I worked for Kenya Times because I believed if you work in Kenya Times, you're writing gazeti ya KANU, hakuna vile utaenda jela, right? Then after that, I tried to see, so how creative can I be? How can I go work without going to jail? So I ended up in corporate communication, worked for the Anglican Church. We had our adventures there. Fast forward several years later, I ended up working in an organization that was purely scientific. Because me, I'm just looking for communications. See, communications, I can work for any organization. That's what I thought. So I went working for the International Livestock Research Institute. Sasa livestock, mi nilijua livestock ni hii ya Wamasai na ile ng'ombe moja tunaweka nyumbani ya maziwa. So in fact, I didn't understand why this organization has to concentrate on livestock. Shock on me. I went there. I lived through science every day. They are testing different livestock medicines, different livestock products. The chemistry that was there. I asked myself, now this chemistry I left at Form 2. Singenisaidia sasa. Right? So I spent time. You see, to communicate, I had to understand exactly what that experiment was about. Which new feed for livestock are we producing? Which new medicine are we producing? And we had a department that dealt with medicines and a department that dealt with food. Bottom line, all of them had chemistry. So So perceptions and creativity, how do we manage that? So we have moved from ng'ombe ile moja to how we are making that one ng'ombe survive, and the Masai ng'ombe survive as well. There was also another twist. That was when social media was coming. So now we keep saying social media ni ya hawa, ni ya watoto, na ni ya kuweka maharusi, tukienda harusi, and funny things like that, okay? And now my bosses are telling me the reason you're here is that common mwananchi can understand what we are doing. So tunataka kuiona social media. Where? Facebook. How do you put chemistry on Facebook? Right? So that was another moment of learning. And for that one, I actually had to go to my professional society, the Public Relations Society of Kenya, and say, how do I put science onto Facebook? So we developed a course around social media and corporate communication. Okay? And from ILRI, I kept asking, we have so much knowledge here. How does it get to the Kenyan farmer? Because, you know, we are living in very nice offices in Nairobi with very high, you know, 5-star laboratories, 5-star chemicals to produce all these things. Sasa yule Masai, na yule mama ya huyu ako 73 years old na ako na tung'ombe tuwili, huyu ni mkale. Hata yeye ako na ng'ombe nyingi kama za Wamasai, yeah? How do those dawas and those feeds get to him so that he can take to his mother? So I asked, and I was told, maybe through the national food system. I asked, which is the national food system? I was told Kari and Carl Ronau and Kenya Seed. That's one reason why I ended up in Kenya Seed, because I wanted to see whether that science we were learning there and those medicines we were developing actually get to the Kenyan farmer. So what am I saying about creativity? You have to keep opening your mind. There is no set formula. You have to ask yourself, what difference am I making? Are we together? And I want to say one other thing. Because we are talking about creativity and putting a business case for it today, you must develop another something called soft skills. How do I put my case across? Because when you're creative like Sleepy here, by the way, Sleepy, I have seen you on that Dambuki show, at the Churchill show. I kept wondering whether you're the one, and you have confirmed. Thank you. But I saw you when you were still growing up. Now you look a bit more. But you see, when you're a comedian like Sleepy, you assume everybody knows what you do, right? Then you come to Kenya Seed, and you want Kenya Seed to support you, and I'm saying, put a proposal. Sleepy has never written a proposal, and is wondering, why are they even asking me about a proposal, right? You must learn to put a business case. And so one of the things I do with young people is to help them put a proposal forward, because I say those are the soft skills that we need for our businesses now. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why should Kenya Seed, KCB, any other bank, even Waziri here, he has a limited budget. You may think millions. You may think, I don't know how big his budget is, but I assume it's 100 million. And we think 100 million is a lot of money. But he has choices to make. So why should he give you and not me? How do you convince him? You have to put that in very clear language. So one of the things that I am doing with young people, as Jane now, not as Kenya Seed, because I have seen so many of those proposals that we reject, because when I now sit in my executive, I'm saying this doesn't make sense to me, right? And I don't have time to come and ask you. So I'm working with young people to do what we used to do with students at university. I had a stint of teaching at St. Paul's University and also at Uganda Christian University. And one of the things we taught was how to express yourself. And when we are in public relations, we also ask you, give me your elevator pitch. We call it the elevator pitch, or give me your 3 sentences about what you do. Right? So you must be able to think about the solutions you need to provide first to yourself and then to society. You must be able to convince somebody else to be there for you, whether it is financially or in other ways. That's how you develop your business case. And you must remember, you are both in competition and collaboration. Competition, because if you need money from Waziri, there are many of us who want that money from Waziri for our projects. But collaboration, because we realize if your idea and my idea come together, we produce something bigger, something more meaningful, something more impactful. Now, I was asked, what would I tell my younger self? I think I've already said that. I would not close myself to this box and say, I am a creative. I would close myself in the box that says, let me learn all there is to learn. And I keep saying, if I that mathematics and that chemistry, I will read them so hard, they will wonder what's wrong with me, because I will get a distinction in English, I will get a distinction in maths, I will get a distinction in chemistry, and they will be saying this one is not normal. Right? Because the world has taught me that everything you learn is important. So let's not close ourselves in a box and say we are creative. Right? Let's expand our minds. Let's open our minds up. Asante.
Thank you very much. I think it's a blessed evening to tap into blessings from our mothers also. And the next panelist, we are having a young lady. And for her, I want her to engage the young people here. She understands these Gen Zs here. They are in a space where they are very creative. They have talent. Kuna dancer, there's a content creator, TikTokers. They do very, very many things nowadays. But most of them don't know how to transform this into money. Or rather, they give up when they get 2 likes, no repost, you know. So talk to them as a trainer. Share with them the insight and the journey.
Well, thank you. Being the last panelist to give my sentiments, I risk being dwarfed by the wisdom of the other panelists. First, I'd like to say the first thing you need to do, creative as you are, I'm sure when those creative juices are flowing, you're feeling it, you're liking it. But beyond that, ensure that there's something you're making out of it. And by that, you'll have to upskill. You'll have to get some entrepreneurial skills. Now, you don't have to pay for an SIYB course. I sell courses. You could ask your parents. They know a thing or two about running a business. You could sell my aiboiro. You could sell some clothes online. Just do something to bring you that income. Because I'm also a young parent. I would really love for my sons to get to a point where they are economically independent from me. So as young people, I know what stresses your parents is the fact that most of you are not probably economic independent yet. And they feel like some of them are about to retire, some of them have their own things they want to do. So ensure that your craft, invest in your craft, make sure you get really good at it so that you can make money from it. You can diversify your income. You can do something else besides that as you get better. So please, just make a bet on yourself. And making people laugh is good, yes, but maybe the longevity of it, you can't do it maybe for 50 years. There'll come a younger crowd, a younger audience, they'll not relate to your content. So think long term. Making us laugh for the next 2 years, be sure as part of the audience, I think I'll laugh the hardest, but I can't pay you for the next 20 years, that I can assure you. Thank you.
Asanteni, a round of applause for our mama here. So I think we've all understood that being creative, having talent is good, but it has to be long-term. Sindio, we're going back to Sleepy. As you prepare your questions, I will take questions after 3 more panelists have a discussion. I'm going to Sleepy, and we're just winding this up. You share with these young people. You are a comedian, you are an actor, you are an MC. Did your light just shine once, or you had criticism along the way? How did you handle that?
All right. Just like Mom said, she knew me when I was young. I think I debuted on Churchill show when I was 19. I was pretty young. I remember one of the one time one client booked me for a wedding. Nikafika akashindwa mtoto ndiye atakuwa MC. Sema akanipatia anko yake, utasaidiana na huyu, one of the uncles, because they could not believe that huyu ndiye atarun the program the whole time. So, and still even at that time when I was starting at 19, like I will say, mimi ni msee hapa Matunda. Sijui kama kuna watu wa Matunda hapa. Matunda kuna mtu wa Matunda hapa tu. Few 2 minutes away. Mnajua Matunda, si ndio? Ya Moise Bridge, si ndio? And mimi nikitoka Matunda, I was sharing with the guys that we were together yesterday at the boot camp, which was really amazing. Nikitoka Matunda nilitoka na ID, kitambulisho. So nikifika Nairobi, I was mimi nilikuwa fala in what you'll call, si ndio? Sisi ni wale wenye nishaienda msali ni prank, nilienda kununua pizza, mtu akaniuliza uko na ID, kwa sababu lazima ukue naye ndio upewe pizza, you know, ile ushago ya ukweli. So as a creative, I think by the time I was starting hiyo time nikiwa young, I had already traveled na set book for about 2 terms. Nilianza kwa bar kwa sababu Nairobi hizo ndo opportunities zilikuwa. Tulikuwa tunalipwa so 500 bob, na tunachekesha mpaka unafaa kuchekesha my friend mpaka walewe mpaka karibu saa 10, and we used to be paid 500 bob. So by the time nilikuwa nakutana na audience ya Churchill show, ilikuwa rahisi because those jokes nimeshazijaribu na walevi, watu hata washikanishi. So by the time nakutana na audience, mpaka najua hapa ndo mtachekea hapa. So nafika hapo kama mnajua mtacheka. So in the trenches and in such places, uko hivyo mahali penye unalipwa so 2 kwa harusi, mahali penye una volunteer, that's where you gain the experience before you are actually exposed to the world. So definitely, if you're starting as a young creative, be rest assured that to some people, utaona mwingine kama me, for example, I was lucky enough, wase walikuwa wananijua by the time I was 19. But ukiangalia mtu kama Professor Hamo, wase walimjua akiwa ako in his 30s, akiwa mzazi na watoto. You understand? So there are different times and that you get to get proper exposure. So my point is, if you're talented, do not usilose hope na atumefanya 3 months haujeomoka, umepost a whole 2 years bado uko na 4 views, you are in the uko kwa nini kwa ndio unajipika. By the time you're being served, utakuwa umeiva vibaya sana. Mimi I was lucky enough because nilianzanga drama nikiwa high school. Mimi I was sharing with the guys in the boot camp. Mimi nikiwa high school nilikuwa nishajua mimi namaliza kama nimeingia Taidi High. Kwa hivyo mimi watu wakiwa shule wanasoma, mimi najua hizi miaka 4 zitaisha lini niende kazi. In fact nilikuwa na sneak niende nione Taidi High, ndio tukikutana tunajuana na Kinyaomosh, unaelewa? Tusikue strangers. So by the time mimi nilikuwa namaliza 4 years, every other Sunday kwa chuo mimi ndo nilikuwa naandika skit, tulikuwa tunapatiwa kwa CU 15 minutes. So by the time I was finishing hiyo 19 years, already nikiget kwa industry, the reason why mtu anashindwa mbona umse ni mtoi lakini ni mnoma is because 4 years of high school, every Sunday mimi nilikuwa na write na tunaenda tuna present. So I'd already done over 4 years of preparation into performing, because kila Sunday CU tuna perform. So mambo ya talent inaenda sana, it goes hand in hand with the time that you get to do into your practice. So the more you get to express, so every opportunity you get to express, just know that it's an opportunity for you to get ready for the market that is there for you. And I was sharing early with Waziri that sana sana sisi ma Gen Z na ma young generation tuko na pressure, na hii pressure imeletwa na mtandao because of story ya instant gratification. Unajua hiyo. So pia kuna hiyo pressure ya kutaka vitu zi happen teke. Sometimes when we anticipate for things to happen that fast, you miss in the details, and the magic is in the details. The thing that is going to keep you for long is those things that you learned. For example, hivi vile nimekuja saizi hapa kuperform. Hii ni kama for example yangu ni karibu ya 1000. Any crowd, any time, because I've done time. So find ways of expressing in any platform that you can get. Hata ukisikia msee ako na wedding yake, mwambie mnaweza nitafutia 3 minutes. Mi uimba. Ndawaimbia hii song. Upate watu wengine wako na activity fulani. Until you start building to a place where you have an audience, or rather umeiva ile design yenye unajua sasa I can get into the market, because we say talent ni biashara na audience ndio customer. Na customer hautamwambia, for example, wasanii tumekuwa na noma mingi sana ya kuambia wase support me. No, the audience is not supposed to support you, it's supposed to enjoy what you are doing, because they're not supporting your talent, they are consuming what you're creating. So the more you are refined, the better product you will give, and the more they'll say, we want that guy again, we want that guy again, we want that person again. And pia vile leo the theme ilikuwa story ya biz, and how as creatives we can think outside the box. As you build up, unaweza kuwa umeanza manze kama musician, but you might end up in the fashion industry. Or you can start as a person in the fashion industry, and then you end up into vitu kama FMG, you're producing food, juice, and stuff like that. So as creatives, just know that the talent is a platform for something greater. So any investment you're putting in your talent is a great investment even into the future. So any opportunity to learn, to grow, to express is an investment into what you're going to tap into as you get into the whole space of the creative business. I don't know if I've answered.
Perfect. Asante sana. A round of applause for Sleepy. So basically we are getting to learn that opportunity meets preparedness in the long run, and then that is when luck happens. You can be prepared, and then you meet and you get an opportunity, and then you get employed. So the young people should not tire. Yeah. So we're going to our director. I want you to share with us, because you employ people, I know. And the young people come to you for that. You also mentor. Share with these people how to package themselves when they are out here looking for opportunities.
Yeah, so allow me just to speak into something just from what I have observed, especially from, let me say, the Gen Z age group. I think there's, and even bringing it closer, creatives, there's an attitude of entitlement. You know, I think somebody has alluded to that, or various speakers have alluded to that. You expect that when you show up in a room where there is an employment opportunity, somehow those guys should know you. Perhaps, allow me to use a bit of harsh words, you're a bit intoxicated with what we call following, you know, and you misjudge or misinterpret that as because you have 10,000 followers, this place where you have presented yourself as a potential dance coach, they should know me. So one of the things we should really wean ourselves off is this attitude of entitlement. I think allow me just to begin by saying that. Secondly, I think during the boot camp that we had, where we were discussing on various subjects, I said that your craft will open the door for you, but your work ethic will keep you in the room. Okay? One of the areas, and this is a conversation I've had with Pastor O. I have had the opportunity, the privilege to hire creatives. I'm shy of giving examples because somebody might say, "Alinitaja," but I think what I'm trying to say is it's one thing to be creative, another thing to have a healthy work ethic. If you can combine your creative with structure, with discipline, that is what will separate you as a creative. So you can have 10 people dancing the same style, doing the same thing, but I can tell you, discipline and a healthy work ethic will separate you. So as you endeavor to grow in the field, because your craft is your value, that's the value you bring into the room. Seek to grow in your work ethic. When you're meant to show up at 9, show up at 9. When your certain expectations are placed on you by the people you are supposed to serve, ensure you meet and even exceed those expectations. So as a person who has been privileged to see various candidates and sometimes hire a few, and allow me to quickly wrap this up by saying, kuna hii kitu sleeping inaitwa magig. So you find a guy who has or a chick has worked for you for some time, alafu aka gig shows up. So tumeongea mambo ya diversifying of, so this gig gets into your head and you forget this recurrent income is what is paying my rent. So you have the following: you dress well, you carry yourself as a msanii, but for lack of a better way of putting it, you're broke. Why? Because you have not seen the importance of diversifying your income in such a way that you ensure you have recurrent income. And whether you have gigs or not, respect that place that pays your bills. Na wacha niseme hivi, wasanii mko hapa bana, kani kufanya kazi ya mjengo for some time, fanya. Kani kuingia kwa car wash na uoshe magari, fanya. You have nothing whatsoever to prove. There is no need for you to look flashy and have a padlock on your door. You have absolutely nothing to prove. So appreciate the seasons, appreciate the growth.
Thank you very much for that. I think we are going on smoothly. We are about to end this. So I want Dr. Chebet to share with the young people, how should they handle the endless criticism that they face in their creative journey?
Okay, thank you. How you handle criticism is, first of all, let me bring out what normally happens. When many people are criticized, you take it negatively. Many people take it negatively, and that is where the problem comes out. You see, now, how you can handle criticism is, there is constructive criticism. And most of the time, learn to, first of all, be self-aware. Learn who you are as an individual, so that someone else, when someone else says something about you, of course, some of them might be personal. It's audible. Some of it might be personal. But if you are self-aware, you will not fall into that. Because I see what happens nowadays in, we have a lot of examples, even in social media. Someone is criticized maybe because of their body, body shaming is real. And you see, you can't control the masses. Kwanza in this area of social media, whereby even the president can be put in a casket and everything, and anything can happen. Anyone can say that you have a big nose. Someone can say that you look like a hippo. But what are you aware of yourself? What do you feel about yourself? So when you know that, then that is how you can handle criticism. Because obviously you'll have both positive and negative criticism. You'll have some criticism which is personal, but if you are aware of yourself, you know that, yes, you know that you have a BMI of 50, like you are 130 kgs. So if someone tells you that you are a hippo, don't put it in your mind. Be like, yeah, I know I'm obese, but I'm working, I'm doing something about it. So it should not lower my self-esteem, but I know as an individual that I'll work on that. And I've given myself time, you see. Because I've seen people, someone is told that you look like a hippo. Someone goes for balloon, goes for, what do you call, liposuction, goes for this, after this, anaenda kufanya rhinoplasty, anatengeneza mapua kidogo kidogo, anaambiwa shingo sijui kuna bones inaonekana, anaenda anaongeza mafuta kwa hapo. So what will you be doing? You'll be moving with it. Kidogo kidogo atasema umekonda sijui kama nini, unaanza sasa sijui kukunywa mafuta. You see, you get me. You need to be self-aware at first. Sure. So how you handle criticism, be self-aware. Secondly, learn to take some of this criticism actually is constructive. You see, yeah, there is that which is not constructive, which you should not put it in your mind because it will really affect you. But when you get constructive criticism, this is actually meant to improve you. You take that, personally, when I get feedback, I mean, that is, you see, you can take that as criticism, but for me, I'll take as opportunities of improvement because not everyone will give you feedback, you see? That is feedback, and you can use that to build yourself. If someone, maybe you are, when ni fundi, na utengeneze nguo yenyewe, it doesn't look so good. Someone can say that. You can choose either to take it negatively or positively. But if you look at it from their perspective, because those are your clients, what do they want? You see, that is feedback. And people pay to get feedback, but you umepewa for free. So use that as constructive criticism and take it positively to improve yourself. So that is how you can handle all this. Take it positively. Some of it you might just have to block it away because some of it are just malicious. But if it's something that can build you, use it to build yourself and to improve on yourself until itafika point. You can't be 100%. You see, you'll always have something to improve on. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we are winding up. I want to give the rest of the panelists a minute each to finalize on this topic. We want to talk about just mentorship generally. And then I want Waziri to be the last one to have this conversation with them as you answer the earlier question of where the offices are, where they can be found, and in case someone needs to get strategies on how to handle this. So we are going to Madam Jen, share with them a highlight kidogo to an insight of what they should look at into the future.
What should you look at in the future? I'm a strong believer in mentorship. And mentorship is biblical. And I don't want to ask how many of us are Christians. But mentorship is very biblical. Okay? In the Old Testament, they said, do two walk together unless they agree. I know that verse is used in other contexts, but let's use it in the context of creative. Two work together because they agree, and therefore you need an accountability partner. You need a partner who helps you to grow so that you're not just staying doing one thing and doing it forever. But in the New Testament, we have Paul and Timothy. Paul, you remember the Saul who was the persecutor of Christians, then he became Paul. And when he became Paul, he taught everybody. But he had this one person called Timothy. And he has written 2 letters to Timothy, right? He made sure Timothy was the person next to him. And Timothy was a younger generation. So he was handing over his ministry to Timothy. He advised Timothy, do not let anybody despise your youth. Okay? So, in your work, Who is your Paul? You must have a Paul and you must have a Timothy. Waziri alisema tunaendelea. Hii kazi, it's about reproducing, right? We reproduce both biologically and in terms of our talents and the things that we are doing. So each of us must have a Paul. Even Waziri here must have a Paul. Nani anamsaidia kwa hiyo kazi yake ya maarifa ya waziri and his creativity, the things he's doing, right? So each of us must have a Paul. Who is your Paul? Who is your elder? Who is your mentor? Who are you looking forward to? Who are you mentoring? So who is your Timothy? So in different circumstances, I am a Paul, and in another circumstance, I am a Timothy. We must have somebody we look up to, and we must have somebody we are nurturing. That is very important. If we are going to support one another, that is one of the things that we must do. So who is that person that inspires you? And sometimes there are people you probably will never meet also, but you appreciate. Okay, now let me change this. You must always also have somebody you're looking forward to learn from. Many of us appreciate Oprah Winfrey, for example. We'll never meet her, but there are things that she does and says that we like. But there are also people that we know and we meet that then we must have as accountability partners. Okay? So who are those people that you admire? What do you admire in them? Emulate that. And we are talking about the good. And then who are those you're training, and who are those you're being accountable to? I think that's what I'd like to say for now.
Asante sana. So finally, we are going to have a word of encouragement from our young sister here. Just a minute, we wind up.
Mine is not really encouragement. I'd like to urge you, take opportunities to learn. At your age, it's easier to learn. There's a facet in education called learning to learn. Learn as much as you can. It will come in handy. That I can assure you.
Asante sana. So lastly, we are having our waziri share with these young people the policies that the CCM office is having, so that they may be aware that you're doing something for them.
Thank you very much, our moderator. I want to say that we have a lot of work to do in this county. Bearing in mind that we were all born here. We know what we can do. And sometimes I was shying away from sharing with you my small story about what I do every day. Even this morning, I sold a kanga for 2,500. Niko naye hapa. As in, things are just happening. After I left some work I was doing with the church, I came back home. When my dad passed away, I looked around and saw a small forest. I decided I'm going to put beehives. So I'm a beekeeper. And of course, bees know how to initiate you into beekeeping in style. They can sometimes make your face ugly, depending on molikosania wapi, sangapi. But they have something sweet that is irresistible. So I keep going back. So as we speak today, I'm a farmer of 50 beehives. I eat a lot of honey. Early this year, was it? Yes, early this year. This is late this year. Yeah, early this year. Around April, I harvested my 1 acre of macadamia. And man, I was very rich. So I have 1 acre of macadamia. I planted 5 years ago. So I'm beginning to reap pole. And I also realized kuku must compete with kanga. Kuku must compete with kanga. And I realized kumbe kanga hazikuangi mgonjwa, ni kuku tu. Na kuku inazaa mayai mingi. Kanga inazaa mayai mingi. Na inauzwa pesa mingi.
I was looking at some farmer in Kitengela the other day, anauza a pair at 8,000. Unajua mimi niko na kanga sijui 30 na ngapi. Then I'm like, times 15 times 8,000. Sinifanye tu hii kazi mara moja pa nianze tena. Juzi jioni hawa jamaa wanatuamushia matatu yao. Juzi jioni I went home. I left work and I told my driver, please take me home. Because nilisikia iko mayai 90 ya kanga that needs to be put in some kasola incubator. So nikaenda nikaweka. Sasa mimi nimeanza kuhesabu, this is the second day. By 28 itakuwa inaanguliwa. Then I have whatever number I have. Navumiliana naye kidogo for 4 months. As in there is something going. Juzi kinyesha navuna mahindi yangu. Saa hii vile tunaongea navuna marago yangu. So I have everything everywhere, thrown everywhere, ambayo nikifutwa kazi kesho asubuhi, I just go back to my small pond and swim in little money. What am I saying? You can do something. Please do something. Just do something. Do something. And I keep asking, what if there is a youth convention called for all youth to go to Mombasa today, and the meeting will begin the day after tomorrow? How many of us will comfortably travel to Mombasa and stay there for 2 days at your cost? At your cost. How many of us? So the little things we neglect are the streams that keeps us, sustain us, enable us, so that tukuje town ukule chips na kuku siku moja, kununue nguo mpya. Mimi natoka Kwanza, nitoke sokoni. Unajua Kwanza soko ni Jumanne, na Jumanne the only thing I can do ni ile ingine ya kubeba. Mnajua hiyo? Hiyo ingine ya kubeba mtumba, si ndio? Ile ina sustain sisi. Naangalia hii utapunguza bei, haina kitaki moja. Hii utapunguza bei, imetoboka kwa nini hapa. Itabidi kupunguza bei. But ingine tu unakuja tu ununue nguo ya shilingi 2,000 because you are able to, because there is something you're doing. Are you singing? Yes. But what else are you doing? Because your mouth is supposed to be eating. What else are you doing? Because you must make your hair, and you're not going to wait for that event, the other one, to make some few coins. What is it? As a county government, this is the kind of training that we must take ourselves, so that we become jack of all trades. They normally say jack of all trades. Unajua kuna statements kubwa kubwa tu inatolewanga, lakini saa zingine we really don't practically apply them by thinking about them again and saying, what does it mean? Yes, it is possible for you to have those things. Plant so many things. Plant a tree there, plant a banana there, put some chicken there, and then put something else there. Please don't put a girlfriend there, sokoni. And if you put her there, mwekee kuku 200 ili atengeneze pesa yake, yenye ukienda hapa nanunua nyama ya nyinyi kukula for dinner. That's development. So I'll tell you, we want to work on the policies that are associated with what the young people can do in this county. And I said, I am going to be as practical as possible. And I am associated with a man who listens. Our governor listens. By the way, when I was nominated, so much was said about me. So much was said about me. And Daktari has told you, take it as feedback. Let me tell you, when you say something spiteful, I appreciate, because it helps me to grow enough shock and steel. It again reminds me that you have to do something better so that somebody can appreciate you. Let it be the fuel to help you seek to do something better so that no one despises you, so that you dress well, so that you are sharper up here. Let your mind roll. Keep thinking. Don't stop. Keep seeking. Never stop. Fine-tune that which you have. I have a daughter currently at Kenyatta University. Sorry, they are on strike. But she's doing fine art. Sometimes when she was young, she would tell me, "Daddy, sit there, I want to draw your face. I want to draw your ugly face." Then I would laugh. And then she actually draws somebody like me. She just scribbles. Then I see these corners I have, and I'm like, yeah, of course, that's Daddy. She's doing fine art today. And you know, she tells me, you never know some of these things. Unajua watu wanaulizaga, ati ukifanya fine art utakuwa nini? No. I want to draw something that will, turn the world. I want to turn people's heads one day by just coming with something fine that will draw the attention of the world. I want to teach them that in everything that happens, there is something special that comes with it. Do not despise yourself. Apart from the despises, people can despise you. You will get them. But it starts with you. And I believe in that deep-seated, the inner drive. Continue having some fire burning within your bones. Man, I am waking up today. What do I want to achieve? And that is the question I asked you. In this meeting today, let me ask a silly question. In this meeting today, Talanta Award Ceremony, what do we intend to achieve? It should benefit me. It should benefit participants. It should benefit these talent creators. It should benefit everyone, that they can go back home thinking like, hey, it was good to be here, because we have been told whatever happens, as Martin Luther King said, keep walking. As long as you keep moving. Whether you crawl, you run, you fly, you do what on the ground, pull you like a snake. As long as you're moving, keep moving. Meaning, do something, keep doing it, insist until everybody's attention is drawn that there is a special human being here with undying love for what they believe in. This is what I want to bring. Believe that we can do. We will put up those structures in this county. And as I said again, I am associated with His Excellency the Governor, who listens. And he says, Tormoi, that department belongs to you. The young people belong to you. Please, I will not come. I just want to hear. I just want to see. Whatever help you want, allow us to walk with you and travel how many miles, as long as we achieve that which we dream for our young people. Otherwise, if we are stuck, we will forever stuck. But if we choose to move, we will obviously go. Nothing is limited, and no one is limited. All of us are unlimited editions, and God has blessed us here to research, to seek, to knock, to keep walking, to stand up, even if no one wants to stand up, and to be strong and courageous. Hold yourself in high regard and say, yes, I can do something. However small it is, I will push until, yes, it happens. But the journey of pooling our resources together, all this brilliance, let us bring them together. We are assuming our new administrative offices at the county government. So on Tuesday morning, we will have prayers to officially launch the use of our new facility down here behind the police station. My office is in the first floor. So when you come there, Department of Gender, we will be there. I have with me today here, maybe before I conclude, I have my director Nandasaba, Direct Administration, Gender, Youth, Sports, Culture, and Tourism. We really appreciate. And I also want to say, we will not walk alone, but I'm not a Liverpool guy. We will not walk alone. We will walk together. Together, we will get there. That desired destination that is common to all of us. I am working on a Trans Nzoia identity. I realized we are just living like this. We must be known by who we are. So that whatever artists, even if you get to the level where Sleepy is, somebody should know that huyo jamaa aki anatoka Trans Nzoia because of how we are and who we are. God bless you so much.
Thank you very much. So I want to thank all the panelists for this, for the insight that you've given the young people. I want to thank Active Hub. And so from here, I want to hand over to Louise to continue with the program. Thank you so much for your continued support. We take a photo. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, a round of applause for our VIPs, tafadhali. They've done an awesome job. So I'll just request a picture. Yes. Waziri akiwa katikati hapo. Waziri smile kidogo. Picha, say cheese. Waziri kidogo, Madam Jen. We really appreciate them. They've always held us down. Sponsors, partners of Talanta Creative Awards 2025, 2024. They were here and we're doing it much better, bigger, and innovative. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Creatives, nisaidieni kushukisha hii tusonge masani mbaya. Wanangu woyo, wanakuja mapema. Tunasemaje? Mnaniangusha. Creatives, amtaki awards? Mnataka? So what do we do? We go to eat, Sleepy, are you ready?
Kabisa.
Are you ready?
Kabisa.
Wacha tupatie watu vitu vyao.
Kabisa.
Leo ni hiyo siku. Lakini kabla tuanze, nataka my models where you are, DJ. Nataka uroge moja wapite kama wameenda. Wanasema wanataka watuonyeshe wanavodeka yani.
Wakifanya mambo yao. Awesome.
Yani. So DJ models, giving in 2 minutes, let them hit the runway. Alafu tuanze kupanga vitu.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Remember that, ladies and gentlemen, today
is
all about celebrating.
Naam.
And that's thank you so much, Wendy, for that amazing session, because deep planning. Those are some of the nuggets that are going to take the creatives in a whole new level.
All right.
My models to now.
Models in 2 minutes. Let's do this. DJ, are you ready?
Waziri, identity number 1 ndio hii already.
Ndio hii walisema.
Ya models na fashion. Ndio hii already. Campaign imeanza. Campaign ya identity.
Wamesema paka waziri awaone.
Kabisa.
Wameniandikia message atumesahau.
Kabisa.
So models, it's your time right now. In a minute, I want to see you guys hit the runway. DJ, once you're ready, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Trans Nzoia model. Wanakuja mmoja maskini wawili.
Louis.
Yes. DJ kidogo. Kindly let's all be silent. I don't know what's happening.
All right.
Yes.
Wanakuwa ready. They are getting ready.
Get ready, yeah?
Yeah.
For those that are asking about the washrooms, the ladies, we ain't using this. It's outside, next to the pool.
Yeah, for the ladies.
To the pool, the ladies.
Apo inje, when you get out, you turn right, you take the stairs. Opposite the pool, there are very beautiful washrooms for the ladies.
Yeah.
And also for the gents that want to go outside.
So the internal ones are out of bounds for now.
Yeah.
We are doing Talanta Creative 2025.
Kabisa. So
DJ.
for today, we're going to use the ones that are outside.
Outside?
You turn right, take the stairs. Alafu bas, tuko pale.
Itakuwa safi tena sana. DJ, roll it. My models, are you ready? beautiful Trans Nzoia County models. They are ready to work with the county government in relation to Active Heart Center. Model number 4, hit the runway. Model number 4. Model number 4. It's a handsome gentleman. Anafanya mambo yake. Model number 5. Hawa ni wanaume wanajiamini, wamejibeba, yani wanadeka tu. Round of applause for them. Those are the models representing Trans Nzoia County tonight. Wewe. Yo. Model, next model. Next model, Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you.
Look at that.
Hey. Wewe.
Kelly was the model of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen.
2024. Hey, Kelly unatumalizanga jamani. Waziri umeona huyo?
Wapi nuru ya model wetu?
Next model. I want all of you to hit the runway, all the models now.
Wewe.
Kelly. Do you? Round of applause.
Sema Machenzi in the house.
Next model, tafadhali.
Wewe.
Next model.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at that.
Wow, sasa. Aho set.
Wapi nuru ya Makanja. Boshali in the house. Amazing. Trans Nzoia on the move. Amazing.
This is an awesome team of the models. Trans Nzoia models.
Baby, shake it to the max. DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Those are awesome models.
Amazing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our last model of the evening is the one and only Pastor O.
Wapi ya coach, wapi DJ, roll up.
Pastor O, kuja uoneshe.
DJ,
ladies and gentlemen,
Pastor O.
mulidhani ati model ni ya watu warefu peke yake. Hata sisi tuko, hata sisi tuko.
DJ.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
introducing DJ Lo.
The runway.
Waziri, introducing the face of Trans Nzoia, Pastor O, DJ twende kazi. Wapi nuru ya our last model. Baka hadi baka. Joyo. Model tonight. Hata wale wananionea usuda shabaya mbaya. Watapataje mambo umenifunika ure watataya. Cause I know that you got me where you got me. Model tonight hatunaye. Modeli tonight hatunaye.
Tunayo.
Wapi nuru ya model Pastor? Amazing.
Model of the year 2025 is none other than Coach O of
tuko.
Active Hub.
Kabisa.
Trans Nzoia County. Ama vipi Sleepy?
Noma sana.
Sleepy, nasikia ati kuna mtu anakushinda.
Na matalent ni mengi.
Umbea unasema kwamba kuna mtu amekupiga 10-0.
Umbea ndio kusengeja.
Zile habari zinanifikia
Umbea
hivi
ndio
sasa.
Haki watu wa pwani mna.
Wamekusema?
Wananisema jamani.
Wamesema.
Na model wetu, appreciate our models.
Models, round of applause.
Amazing.
Ndio sasa. Sasa Huyu mjamaa anasema,
yes.
Sleepy ni nani? Mimi nampiga.
Huyu ni jamaa huyu ni comedian.
Easier.
Hatari sana.
Anasema Sleepy
wa hapa Trans Nzoia.
Kijana wapi?
Kijana hatari. Ni introduce.
Mwite.
This one is a comedian from right here.
Yes.
In Trans Nzoia mwenyewe ni kijana lakini ako na jina ya wadada. Anaitwa Dada. So atapokuwa anakuja bana, tunasema kwamba huyu ni superstar. Sijui kama mko tayari. Hayawi? Ama Kiswahili yenyu inaishia kwa ndiposa. Ati? Ulikuwepo? Ulikuwepo. Waluya kwanza, mbona Waluya wanapenda radio? Waluya. What will Luyas do without kutuma salamu? Kutuma salamu is part of the culture. Ilimurati. Kwanza hiyo ilimurati. Kwa minachili. Ilimurati. Wacha ni confirm. Hayawi? Mwiba wa kujidunga. Ati nani anamdunga? Mwiba wa mumesahau methali. Mwiba wa kujidunga. Ngoja kuna Galcha ako na response. Mwiba wa kujidunga?
Hauambiwi pole.
Hauambiwi pole. Wacha ni confirm ingine. Cha mkufu mwanafu ha? Cha mfu mwanafu ha?
Kungfu.
Ladies and gentlemen, wapi nuru ya Dada the comedian? Dada. Dada. Good. Dada. Akina iko vile nikumbusha Museveni. Dada.
Big shout out to Vince on the beat, by the way.
Wapi nuru ya Dada?
DJ Nyonga. Umenyonga? Asante. I thought I am the shortest comedian. But nimemit Sleepy. Wala la. This guy is short. Bros, mama kidogo nione.
Hii ndio mwiba wa kujidunga una pole.
Na feel so happy sana kukuwa hapa ndani. Macho imeona vitu mingi mzuri, lakini watoto jamani, pigia makofi Mungu. Hata watoto wa kiume bana, nini mbaya? Pigia makofi Mungu. Nimekuwa na amazing experience ya wapi kwanza makofi ya kolongolo nyumbani kwetu nyumbani. Asante. Nimetuma salamu. So, nimekuwa na experience kidogo hapa hivi ya mademu wa tao, na kuna wale mademu wanatokanga kule ushago. Nyi wenyewe mnawaitanga vienyeji. Hawako hapa tunaweza wasengenya. So, to them, vienyeji wenyewe wapendi hiyo jina, lakini si kuki ya kienyeji ni mzuri. Ama mnasemaje? Iko fiti. Wengine wanasema mayai ya kienyeji ni fiti, si ndio? So different experience. Nimedate kako huko kidogo Kolongolo, na nimebahati kako kupata mtu huko tao. Wapi makofi yangu? So kwanza first experience, nenda kumit mrembo, nimekutana na yeye. Uko ni ushago, kumbuka Kolongolo, nimespecify. Usikasirike wa kwenu wako kama wa kwetu. So uko nyumbani papa. So unakutana na mrembo, kitu ya kwanza atakuzia uoga. Ushainua tu uoga yenye hakuna. Unakutana na dem, manza amebeba 20 liters, 2 huku na huku.
Mwanamke wa kiume.
Excuse me, can I talk to you? Unaitwa nani? Niite Kareni. Sawa, Karen. Niongee na wewe. Ukitaka nifuate, siwezi acha hizi jerikani zangu juu yako. Utafuata? Hapo redu umeshanunua uoga. Ujue vita utaweza. Unaenda kumtafuta next day. Unapatana naye like, we Karen yako wapi? Unapatana naye manze. Sauti inatokea juu ya miti ya mapera. Chofuri? Utaruka ama usonge ama nikufunje oshigo yako? Utadu? Inabidi uende na vibe zake. Like experience yangu ya huku Tao. Jipigeni makofi watu ya Tao. Na feel fiti sana. Experience yangu ya huku Tao ni unakutana na mrembo. Kwanza hiyo first meeting hiyo. Dema ametulia tu. Ako kwa laptop yake. Ako mara TikTok. Mara anafanya vitu zake 2-3 hapo. Yaani ametulia tu, hana mambo mengi. Unamwongelesha, mna agree. But sasa nimegundua different na kuanga hapo kubwa ni wakati wa fights. My friend, during fights hapo ndo kuna shida. Demu wa Tao, unajua millennials maybe hawako experience hii. A small to conversation. Manze Jeff staki. Hatuwezi elewana na hii story. Jeff tutakosana vibaya mbaya. Jeff Mr. Kio maneno yako. Calm down Sylvia. Nataka nipange hii story. Usikwe juu tuta end up kufight. Jeff unapanga kufight. Jeff kumbe umekuanga hiyo all unataka tu kufight. Jeff let's fight. Manze nitakuumiza. Sylvia calm down, nitakuumiza. Jeff niumize, suliniza. Niumize. Jeff niumize. Alafu mnakaa ka experience fulani. Mumeongea. The story ime calm down manze. Imeisha, unamwambia mama nisamee. Hii story ita repeat tena. Sawa. Lakini next time ukiongea kitu kaa hiyo tutakosana mbaya sana. Nitakukuslap. Naweza kukuslap vibaya sana, lakini usikue hivyo. Jeff kumbe next time umepanga kunislap. Ni slap tu sahihishe. Ni slap. Thank you sana. My name is Mr. Dada the comedian in
Mr. Dada. Dada, come here Dada. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate Dada comedian in the house. Wacha nikwambie ile confidence, huyu ni superstar in the making. One more time, appreciate Dada comedian in the house. Noma sana. Asante sana. Unajua DJ wanasemanga demuluya ni ziguembe. Angalia mwenye akokaa kando yako uone inatoshanaje. Sikia mtu wako na ziguembe akiingia kwa relationship haizi toka. Ako ndani. Umeniingiza box, unanitoa aje tena? In the house, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen very beautiful ladies. Did you guys say that the real juice of the country is here in Trans Nzoia? Hawa ni watu wamelelewa na mahindi kweli? Look at the ladies next to you. Angalia walembo manze, waambie bana. Tell them that you look amazing. Wanakaa vizuri. Hapa sioni vienyeji. Wote ni wa Trans Nzoia. Nasikia mpaka wale wa Kolongolo wanasema natoka Kongs. Kongs ni Kolongolo, natoka Kongs. All right, in the house. Sema mrembo wetu tena.
Sleepy wewe.
Mimi unajua sijui singesema lakini naweza sema initoke.
Sema.
Uliamua kuchukua curtain wafanyie finishing.
Ndio nimeona.
But tunakaa vizuri sana. Wapi makofi ya Louis from Mombasani, my co-MC. All right. Unajua watu wanangojea awards. Hii ndio ile wakati. Na leo ni siku ya celebrate.
Wacha tuwape. But before we do that, I would like to invite Coach O on stage.
All right.
At least a round of applause for our dear coach. Aje hapa tu.
DJ wekea Coach O ngoma moja for 1 second bwana. 1 second bwana. Anguke nayo moja kabisa. pale ndani ya nyumba, na luku imetii kabisa. Coach O kabisa, umemachisha material na sura kabisa, zimeingiana kabisa. Wameduria Coach O.
Amenivua vazi la aibu na moyo wangu wakati sina budi ila nimusifu.
Mwana mkono
Ati nini?
Asante DJ, asante. Asante sana, tupigie DJ yake moja. Nice. Sleep nitalipisha. Sio leo lakini nitalipisha. Mko fiti? Are you guys having a good time? Uko na wakati mzuri? There are days in my life that I feel very proud of myself. And this is one of those days. A couple of years ago, I think this will be 2008, December. I was in a conference in a school called Kabarak University. And I had a soft nudging in my spirit to go and mobilize, equip, and send young people as agents of transformation. And they would go into all the spheres of the world and make a huge difference, whether they were going into family or into business, or if they were going into politics, that is governance, or if they were going into arts and media and what you guys are doing here. But I knew that I had a call in my heart to mobilize, equip, and release young people as agents of change. And so when we gather here and I see all of you here, it's proof then that that dream is happening and that something beautiful is coming out of it. I'm really so grateful to the Lord for that privilege. My name is Isaiah Oyugi. Some of you call me Coach Oyugi. Some of you call me Pastor O. I receive all of it. But beyond all of that, I am a husband to Christine, and she's here. Please come. And we are raising Generation Alphas who have many questions, like many of you are raising Generation Alphas. And so I share this dream with her. I think she must be the most risk-taking woman on this planet to take a risk on a visionary. When you live with a visionary in the house, their mind is ever running to the next thing to be done. They're ever just the mind. My mind works like that. I'm ever just thinking, what are we doing next? What is happening next? What is going to happen next? And so she has to keep moving. Her life keeps being altered because mine has to keep, and she's coming alongside it. And so thank you for taking a risk on me. Utakula mema ya inchi. Mema ya inchi. Sendio? Yeah. She does not like to talk, so I'm one who normally talks in our house, but come and say hello to these guys. She does not like to talk, but I talk for both of us, but today you talk for yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, the county government, all partners, and the creatives in the house. Thank you for all you do. My name is Christine, and it's a joy and an honor to be here and to see this day. Visions are not easy. And I know each one of you is pursuing your vision in various industry. It's not easy, it's challenging, but I'm so grateful to Coach for being resilient. You might see all this happening right now, but I get to experience the sleepless nights, the calls he makes just to ensure that this event runs. And I'm also so grateful for the county government and all creatives for all you do, for your resilience. Ensuring your dream comes to pass. And I pray that the Lord will bless you in your endeavors. And we're going to have a wonderful night tonight celebrating talent. Thank you so much.
Asante sana, pigia makofi. Wewe piga makofi mazuri, Unaweza enda nyumbani niambie hawako nipigia makofi kwa sababu so now you will suffer because of that. I don't want that to happen to me. Now, I work with amazing guys. I want to invite all those who volunteer at Active Hub. Please come. I have been accused in the previous editions huwa nawasahau. So before I even say anything and invite Waziri, I want to invite all those who volunteer and work with me or work, is it? Not for me, but work with me. Come. Please come. Kujeni hapa nyote.
DJ, wakaribishe wana Active Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, let's appreciate the team that works tirelessly behind the scenes. Kabisa, amazing.
Wengine wako wapi? Wale wadiode wanafanya kazi na mimi, iko wapi wengine? Where's Trun? Okay, one of them is fixing the stage, so he's working. Ako nje, anafanya kazi. But these amazing people make it easier for me to do what we do here. And I'm really, I would never be able to do any of this without the help of Madame, but also without the help of these dear ones that volunteer to get, and many of you here that are serving me whenever I call. So many of you young people here that I mentor that serve me whenever I call. Thank you very much. Please, Gina na kile unafanya Active.
Hey, good evening. I'm Austin Odhiambo. I'm the operations manager at the hub. Good evening, everyone. Good evening again. My name is Otieno Stavon Odhiambo. I'm the programs lead and also the creatives director.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Damaris Morioki, marketing department.
Thank you guys. Wapigieni makofi mazuri. Kuja. Nani Dama rudi. Bro, piga mimi na mbogi yangu picha. Piga bila hao wasee hakuna kitu tungefanya huko. Ama pandeni hapa mpige tuwapige picha. This is the only thing we can give them. Atuwapatie kitu kingine ni picha.
Na hii ni picha unaweza lipa rent naye bwana. Hii ni collateral, my friend. Wanaona ni watu serious people. Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm deeply grateful and honored to work with all of you. Now, I'll say two quick things, and then I'm going to invite Waziri, and then we are going to give them the gifts that we have to us. Why Talanta Creatives Awards? So for many years, we did what we call Trans Nzoia Talent Challenges, which were small boot camps, whether for music or for film or for dancing or for poetry and spoken word or for people who are doing motivational speaking, just small cohorts. And then we would give them challenges, things they will do, and then would reward them for it. So if they were dancing, we'll give them a song by a Trans Nzoian singer, and then they will dance to that song, and then those who get maybe views online would be awarded or given money or supported in a particular way. We did that for almost 7 years. And 3 years ago, I thought, why not bring everybody together? Why just do music alone? Why not bring the film guys, the models together and just think through creativity wholesomely? So 3 years ago, we took a risk, put up a quick meeting. The first of these awards happened that time. And the goal was 3. There remain 3 goals. Goal number 1 is to build capacity. To build capacity is the reason why we have the panel here, because I believe in learning and relearning. So if you can build capacity, increase your competence, increase your ability to comprehend what your creativity is all about, and like Masden said, be able to build discipline around your craft, then you'll be able to be a success. And so we want to be able to help young people just know all they can to become the best in their creative spaces. Number 2 is to bring all of you together like you are here today, both for collaboration, but just for connection. Who is doing what where? And how can we work together? How can we synergize and work together? But then number 3 is to celebrate. to come and celebrate who is doing what. So if these guys walk here on the runway, like I attempted today, and you clapped, that alone is something that a creative would not be taken from. It is an encouragement, it is a support that we don't get everywhere. And so when we give these awards, it is not because of anything else, it's just to be able to tell you we see you, we hear you, and we know what you're doing, and we appreciate your craft, and we wish you could do more to be a part of your journey. So whenever you come for these awards, those are the three things we're trying to do. We are trying to build your capacity, to build businesses that are sustainable, so you have sustainable creative livelihoods beyond just your beyond this event. And that's why the boot camps happen. And then we want to be able to connect all of us here together, celebrate talent, and then beyond this, we just keep networking and building capacity and connecting. What happens during these awards, which I think many people have not understood, is number one, these awards have not been supported by the government. My brother is a wonderful spirit, very nice man. I'm really, really happy to have him as our CEC for young people. I think we really are really blessed to have Waziri Tormoi. Just clap for him, for me, for my sake. But he will tell you that the government didn't fund us. We didn't have not a kobo from the government to get this event happening. Number two, we have not had any big donor. So we don't have a big man out there who has all the money that gives us so we can be able to organize this event and then be able to have money to make the trophies and then have money to be able to give to every one of us. I would love us to have that. I really wish we could be able to have all the resources so we can be able to come here and then number one walks away with a cash prize of 10,000 shillings or 50,000 shillings or 1 million. That would be really great, and I want to explore. I would just nilikuwa naongelezea waziri. I think we need to talk more about how we can work together with the government and all the other stakeholders. They are able to, I can't pull some of those into the table, but he can make a call that can pull all of them into the same table. And we can make a much bigger something for Trans Nzoia County for creatives. But as it is right now, we depend 100% on premium voting to be able to make this event happen. And the way premium voting happens is you vote 1 vote 10 shillings, and that 10 shillings, in your imagination, come all of it to Active Hub. So Active Hub has the money, and now we have a lot of money. We should be able to create this event and give you all the trophies and then still give you the money back. That is the way, ideally, we are all thinking. It does not work like that. How it actually works is when you give 10 shillings, for every 10 shillings you give, and I want to give an apology for my partner, Tony. Tony is the one who manages Ituzo. Ituzo is the platform we are using for voting. And then together with Event Scope are the guys who make these trophies. I have heard stories huku kwa barabara huku that we go to Alakara and we buy trophies for 250 shillings. Alafu tunakuja tunawapatia. We can give you the numbers of these guys. You can just call them. One of these trophies costs us 3,000 shillings. One of it. 3,000 shillings. Kwanza hizi kubwa hizi tutapayana, the special ones are 5,000 shillings. Beba Jew, I'm really, I want us, that particular trophy is 5,000 shillings from Event Scope Limited. It's a quality trophy that can last, according to him, the shelf life of that is at least 6 years if it is taken good care of. And now the other one, lift it up, hiyo moja ingine, that is 3,000 shillings. Actually it goes for 3,500, but Event Scope are really good and they do that trophy for us at 3,000 shillings. So if we are making trophies for 35 categories, we are doing over 100,000 shillings on trophies alone. But you see, the perception hapa nje, hapa mtaani, ni tulivote. So where ulivote, uli raise 100 votes, ama 200 votes. That's basically you've mobilized 2,000 shillings to the portal, sindio? So your thinking is, hiyo 2,000 inafaa nipatie hii trophy ya 3,000, sindio? Na bado irudi nipatie certificate ya kukupea, na irudi nipatie 10,000 ya kukupea. That is the way we are reasoning, and the narrative that is going on outside there concerning this award. It does not work like that. The way it works is, we're looking for 10 bob. What Ituzo does, and they are really good at this, Ituzo will pay SMS fees to Safaricom.
Then they will pay the government what they're calling withholding tax. Then they will take their service fee. Alafu, they now say, oh, after tumefanya hizi vitu zote, this is what has remained. Aya, active up, chukweni hiyo. Mutengeneza nayo event yenu. So what normally happens is, we receive, this year for example, we were receiving about 57% of that money coming into our hands. Okay. So this year, we had 35,000 votes. I wanted to do the mathematics quickly for me. Help me, help me. I'll take a few minutes on this one, but I want it to be very clear so that in the future we don't have this same problem. We can be able to build together. Help me. What does 35,000 times 5.7 inakuja pesa ngapi? 199,500. Is Celestine in? The ones who have given us generously this event. It's done by Sally Top-Notch Services. Is she in? And by the way, you should go to them. If you want to put an event like this one, Sally will help you. Sally is so kind to be able to do all of this that she does here at a pantry amount of just 135,000 shillings. That is so discounted to be able to even get that happen here. Okay? We have not bought the trophies. So these trophies, we are giving out 29 trophies today. 29 trophies at 3,000. Do the math. 29 trophies at 3,000, and then 3 trophies at 5,000. Inakuja pesa ngapi? Nisaidieni, mko na one? Inakuja it's more than 92,000. 102,000, senior. So 102,000 plus 135 basic minimum before other things. Inakuja pesa ngapi hiyo? 237. So voting ilipia sisi pesa ngapi? 199 500, sio? Haya, na imesha consumiwa before that tumeenda mbali, si ndio? It's already gone. So hizi vitu zingine zote tutatoa wapi? These are just 2 items in making the event, just 2. Hizo zingine zote tunatoa wapi? Mtukaa ndugu yangu Slipi akikuja niseme nimpatie hata mafuta ya kurudi Nairobi. Hiyo tunatoa wapi? Waziri atakuja hapa leo niseme labda kwa sababu mara yake ya kwanza kuja active up, tuseme tumpatie kazawadi tumpiga nayo pa. Hiyo tunatoa wapi? Haya. Huyu jamaa hako anapiga hapa kamera yake hapa hivi. Hata tukisema tu tumpatie tu mafuta peke yake kurudi kule anarudi. Tunatoa hiyo pesa wapi? Huyu mseme tupatie sound. Ametoka na huko Kiminini huko. Tukisema hata kama tumesema basi atupatie tu sound for free na tumpatie tu mafuta peke yake, inatoka wapi? Unaona? Yeah? I am really grateful for these partners that we have that are supporting this dream, and we really want to appreciate them. Many of these are wonderful people. Kitale Film Week, Equity Afia, we've really journeyed many miles. Cheranganyi Hospital, journeyed many miles. Kokwet Farm, journeyed many miles with these dear ones. And most of these guys are offering their services for free. Mtu kama Louise, ako wapi Louise? Yeah. Louise is not charging me anything. I called and said, Louise, I don't have money. Would you give me your services for free? DJ Alpha Mzalendo is here. I don't know, hata sijui ametoa hizi vitu zote wapi. Lakini I asked him, bro, you are one of the people I'm mentoring in this town. Can you just help me? And he showed up. These things, wapendwa, they cost a lot of resources. When we hear people telling you outside there that there's some money we are keeping aside. See, we are not doing this for money, by the way. If we were doing this for money, I would never continue these awards anymore. So I'm making this as a desperate appeal to all of us. Angalia jirani yako kwa uso. Mwambie this is a desperate appeal. Mwangalie, look at them in the eye. We can't build when all we do is to spread negativity. We can't build. We can't build like that. And then the negativity we are spreading is also because we have half information. We don't have the full information. If you want to know anything about something, you ask the creators. Sindio? Then they will tell you. Yeah, and if you seek to listen, to understand, then this is what we can do, Sisi, but there's much more you guys can do. Munaweza shika hawa vijana mikono, and we can do a lot. And in partnership with Active Hub, as pioneers in the space, we are able to scale up this to a much bigger opportunity for our young people here. That said and done, I want to appreciate what's coming in terms of feedback. Let me address that. Feedback is what my brother spoken about earlier, that this award should be able to have value for all of us. Indio? It should be able to have value. And value is not just money. Value is also the connection of the person sitting next to you. So for example, there is, let's say this is Surrey Beauty. Today, they have offered their services for free. Many of you here had makeup, sindio? Mulipigwa makeup hapo ndani. That was a partnership by Surrey, and they gave that for free. We didn't pay them anything for that. You know, we value that. Yeah? For example, Posey, sawa, and Go For It, that is run by Sleepy David Foundation, is able to work with actors, is able to work with models. And I'm hoping that Dada can be one of those people, maybe, and the others amongst the comedians we have here, that you can also, you know, shikilia mkono tuwaone kwa Churchill. Sindio? Yeah, ama mnataka kuona kina Dada kwa Churchill. We'd love to see them there, sinkweli. Yeah. So when we have Sleepy coming on board, we have that kind of an opportunity. We have people like North Rift Records that have volunteered to support those of you who will win anything in music, that you can actually go to them. Actually, we have 3 of those. We have North Rift, we have Trinity Music, several of them that are here. There's also, there was another one. There are 3 of them. All of them want to give help to those of you who are singers. So you can walk into them, and because you are part of this winning here, you can be able to get a free audio or maybe even make a free video that will be done by Twice Media. Tawi TV is here. Vintage Visuals, who are graciously doing all our pictures today for free, actually. These guys are doing our pictures for free. And they are able, and they are willing to actually do videos for many of you here who want to be able to get your thing out there. And you can work with them. So if you're a winner here, those are some of the opportunities. We don't shout those ones. We don't shout them, but they exist. You understand it, eh? We don't make them out there shouting, but they exist. So let's appreciate all of those who are participating in the ecosystem. What to come a Pulse Sound, who have given us their sound here absolutely for free. We are only maybe facilitating them. These are people to work with if you're doing something that you want to do. The DJ here, like Mzalendo, you have a Rurashio. Call that gentleman. Give him an opportunity. Let him come and, and be a blessing to your work. If the government is doing something, or a hospital, or you are doing something at the hospital, call this gentleman. Let him come and do something for you guys. What I'm saying is simple, that while we may not give you money, okay, besides giving you a trophy and a certificate if you're number 1, and besides giving you a certificate if you're number 2 or number 3, while we may not give you money, there are other benefits beyond the money that you can receive that we don't quantify. One of these photographers in town here said to me, all the winners who win, I will want them to come to my studio, and all of them will get professional photo shoot for whatever crafts they are doing. Isn't that support? Can that take you further in branding? One youth group here said to me, we have grounds. We don't have money, but we have grounds. We are willing to host all the winners for a reception team building and hopefully some tea and some coffee. Isn't that support? It is support. So support is not just in terms of money that is given to us, but it's also in terms of all the opportunities. We have people here that we have been talking to you here, from Raison School to Equity Afia. If you walked into Equity Afia as a person who was won here, and they are part of our partners base at these awards, and said, I want to be able to give a content of what you guys are doing at the hospital, they'll gladly be able to give you an opportunity and even perhaps facilitate you to be able to do that. Let's broaden our seeing what is happening through these awards, and I want to share this that we may be able to build into the future in a greater way. Nani anasema tunaweza fanya pamoja and we can do a better job? Let me see. So yes, we hear you. We hear your feedback. We listen to you. Our hands are, we have done the best we could do with what we have. And when you guys are walking out of this door today, I'll be remaining here with a deficit of over 100,000 shillings that myself and that lady sitting there will eventually have to pay. That is how this thing is. You see? So before you piga hiyo makelele, please also remember the other people who are also paying the price to get this thing done. And so I encourage you to be kind. I encourage you to be supportive. I encourage you to, in your own small way, contribute to what we are doing and building here. Si iko sawa? Si mmenisikia despite na pili yangu? Mumeelewa kile nimesema? Uliza jirani yako amesema nini huyo mtu. Muulize na ungojee jibu, ndakuuliza amekwambia nini. I will ask. Nimemaliza mimi naita tu, the only thing I'm doing now is call waziri. Alafu sisi tuanze kupeana mazawadi. Uulize yeye amekwambia nini. Is my eyes lying to me? Am I seeing correctly? Who is that gentleman? Eh? That was the first male awards, a male artist of the year. Please, akisheni kama umeweka kitu ya huyu jamaa. Wekeni kama uko na kitu ya jamsi, akisha kama umeweka kitu ya jamsi, alafu itakuwa fiti sana. So guys, tumelewana? Tumelewana? Can we hold our hands together and do this together? Can we all be supportive? Can we create a positive narrative about these awards? Don't listen to people who are telling you, oh, they can do more, they could give you more. We can do more if we have more. We have done all we can with what we have. Sawa sawa? Yeah, and we are going to remain with a deficit. So if even you want to be a blessing to us, where are those guys from Active Hub? See the operations manager there? This guy, Austin Simama Tena. This one we are not afraid to say. Because we have bills to pay, that we have to pay. We have things that must be done because of this award. If you want to give us money, talk to Austin. Give him the money. We'll be able to pay all the other deficits that we have, and that will be really, really great. Sawa sawa tumeelewana? Are we together? Yeah. All the SMEs and the non-profits that are supporting us are giving all they can, and we receive. Sisi hatukatai support. Hata mtu akitupatia 1,000, we receive it. And tutakuweka kwa posta hapo because you are part of our support system. Cliff guys here are doing amazing work with perfumes. Look for them. Buy their perfume, support them. Coquette are selling fresh farm things. Go to them, you know. Go to this. All of these people are doing amazing works. This guy is the one who did all your posters for free. He's a young man here in town, did all the posters for free, never charged us anything. Amazing, amazing young people. The person who did this design and the one that you see outside there did them for us for free. Amazing, amazing guys. Support this kind of people, and then God will bless you. Tuko pamoja? Now, having said all of that, welcome to Active Hub. We are at Milimani next to Wamalwa Kijana's home, just